Hello everybody, this is Garum, and of course I am ignoring reality. Come join me for a bit, you won't regret it. Welcome to Game News in the Grapevine, episode 16. We're going to start off with a question about 1% of you out there have asked, and that is, why is Cortana naked from the Halo franchise? I'm sure everyone else just kind of accepted the fact and moved on. Glad to have a little bit of eye candy. Well, there is an official answer to this question for that 1% out there. A question posed to the franchise director, Frank O'Connor. The quote here starts with, "The first thing to understand is that unlike purely artificial intelligences, Cortana was created from cloning a human brain. That makes her a bit different from the other AIs. So while other constructs are donning fake clothes to represent their personalities, Cortana approaches social situations from a different angle. She's not really nude, but that's what it makes you think of," O'Connor explained. "So one of the reasons she chooses to appear without clothes is to attract and demand attention, and she does it to put people off of their guard so that when they're talking to her, she has the upper hand in those conversations." He continues, "It's kind of almost like the opposite of that nightmare where you go to school in the nude," O'Connor said. "You're terrified and embarrassed, and that's kind of projecting that back out at the audience and winning intellectual points as a result." So, his explanation for why she's naked is it makes her appear smarter and demanding attention. I think that's kind of a cop-out, but whatever you gotta tell yourself, man, we're not gonna argue. Now, how many of there like to get hammered and play Fallout? If you're raising your hand right now, then Fallout has got your back. They are brewing their own Fallout beer for the release of Fallout 4. It's brewed by Carlsberg. Fallout beer is a 4% ABV Pilsner with, we're told, a refreshingly zesty, hoppy taste and a floral aroma. So the good news in all this is someone out there actually decided that the world would be bettered by having Fallout beer. I think that's a really cool idea. It at least acknowledges the fact that there are adult game players out there, and that's kind of cool. Now, the bad news is this is only available in the UK and is a little bit pricey. It's going to come in at roughly £30, which translates to 46 American dollars. Which I'm told is double the regular price of Carlsberg brew. So if you have the opportunity to snag a case of this, it'd probably be cool to put a couple on the mantle and sit back with a couple just to say you've done it. But probably wouldn't be a good idea to make it a regular habit. How many out there are still deeply in love with Star Wars: The Old Republic? Well, Knights of the Fallen Empire has finally released, and I have a little bit of information on this. BioWare says that you will be taking on the role of the Outlander, who is a veteran of the Great Galactic War, and as an Outlander, the players must confront a powerful new enemy, the immortal Emperor Valkorion, whose dark destiny is tied to their own. There is a level 60 character included in the expansion, so you'll be able to jump straight into the new stuff, and the expansion also raises the level cap up to 65. It also says here that Knights of the Fallen Empire will also revamp the first 50 character levels of the game, refining them to put more focus on a player-driven story arc. In addition, all the flashpoints to the core story now feature a solo mode with level sync, offering players the ability to play these missions on their own as they adapt to their character's new level. And also, those first levels that have now been revamped are part of the free-to-play component of the game. So if you are interested in possibly checking out the new expansion, you can at least dip your toe in the Star Wars pond to see if it's a fit for you or not. Alright, who out there has spent way too much on candy and needs a bit of a cash break? Well, Origin is having a hell of a sale. Actually, it's a Halloween sale. And they are stocked full of games. I think I read that there was 128 games on sale through Origin right now, but is only going to last another couple days. So, if you are interested in titles like The Sims, Battlefield, Dragon Age Inquisition, or just Dragon Age, Crysis, Sim City, Plants vs. Zombie Garden Warfare, Titanfall, Mass Effect, Dead Space, Medal of Honor, Alice Madness Returns, The Witcher, Resident Evil, Metro Last Light, Tomb Raider, Dead Island. The list goes on and on and on, guys. I would definitely go there and check it out. You may just find something you really like. I was able to snag a copy of Darksiders from Origin this morning at $3.99. Hell of a deal, guys. Hell of a deal. I am gladly willing to pay $4 to run around as War. Who's with me? Now, as long as we're on the subject of new content and a sale, let's jump over to Blizzard, who's pretty good at making waves. Blizzard has now launched the Hallows End event for Heroes of the Storm, beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific Time on October 27th, and running until 10 a.m. Pacific Time on November 3rd. And players will earn an additional 50% experience from any games that award XP, and winning 25 games prior to the end of the event will bring them the new Jack-o'-lantern portrait for their character. As well as that, a few new skins have been designed for this sale, as well as the Headless Horseman Steed is now available to buy, and many of the other more scary skins are now put on sale in a number of Hallows End bundles, like the Skeletor Abathur and the Countess Kerrigan. Lots of stuff going on. If you guys are a fan of Heroes of the Storm, go check it out. Now, while we're touching toes in Blizzard, let's also take a quick look at Overwatch. There's been a lot of stuff going around saying that you can get your own beta key, or your own beta key generator. Stay away from this stuff, guys. Chopped full of viruses and keyloggers, Blizzard has actually come out with a statement that says, in quote, "Overwatch beta keys do not exist. Please be cautious of any emails, websites, or individuals that claim to offer them." It goes on to talk here that if you have been approved to play Overwatch on your Blizzard account, you will be directly notified by Blizzard. Anything else is a scam. Protect yourself, guys. Come on. Alright, that's going to pretty well do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button. I do several videos a week, so content's always on the way. Now that that's out of the way, let me pose a question to you guys. How many of you out there are still madly in love with a game that you played from your childhood, but if asked by the wrong person, might be a little too embarrassed to admit you still like? Come on, throw your answers down below, and I'll put the best ones on screen in my next game news video. Alright, thanks guys.